Hey, what's going on? Coach Luka here,
And I'm Kelsey.
You already know. So what we want to talk about today is going back to kind of like some rituals of dynamic warm-ups. Dynamic warm-ups are absolutely important. Without warming up properly for the training session, you're going to run into some problems. And so we will kind of want to just give you a format like of some simple things that you can do, because warm-ups, should go kind of like in this order: from single joint to multi-joint, from simple to more complex, and kind of from slow to fast, right? So, if you just come in straight ahead and go like, I'm going to do some sprints and high knees right off the bat, might not be the best idea. So what we're going to do is go through a couple, we're just going to kind of take you through it. We're going to both do them. But we're going to start down on the ground. This is like a super simple drill, but ankle circles. And like I said, there's many ways to do this. We just want to give you guys a format that you can kind of go through, touching on the main things that people have issues with: tight ankles, tight hips, tight thoracic spine. Right, we're going to work on that, opening up the hips, getting that spine to rotate better, ankles to move better, and you'll be in a much better position to start. Like I said, this is probably going to be about 8 to 10 minutes, right? Maybe even less. You can go even faster, but I recommend you do about 8 to 10 minutes before you go into your training session. Okay, so first one, we're going to post up, but even this we're going to post up with good posture. So I like shoulders back, pushing into the ground, keeping the core on. Key is, don't let that knee turn in and out, right? That's the cheat code here. So we're gonna do ankle circles as far as I can go without turning my knees much, okay? So, ankle circles, another way around. Seems like
harder than it looks.
Yes. Seems like a very basic drill, but it's like, oh my God, why are my shins on fire, right? And so we're trying to keep so if you see your knees doing this a lot, it's because your ankles can't move well. And you kind of want to literally just get as much as you can without those knees moving much. Okay, 12 to 15 circles one way, 12 to 15 circles the other way, going pretty fast. Now watch, we're going to pop into a quick, I call this the figure four, and I'm just going to lean over, okay? Here's why this is the quick drill for the ankles too that I just want to show you guys, is I'm sitting kind of on my butt right here, but I can drop and push my knee forward over my toes and come back and just rock it and really try to drive that knee, keeping my heel down, right? And same thing, just getting 10 rock backs, and then you just do the same thing on the other side. But we're not even gonna go through that one. But those are two quick ankle drills that are great. Then from there, we're gonna go to a hamstring march. So we're gonna lay down here. I'm gonna punch my heel up. Now here's the thing. We're gonna push our low back and tailbone into the ground, but try to drive our heel into the ceiling. And this looks like, it's not a big deal, but I am getting a big, massive hamstring stretch on this one, right? It's active, so I'm pushing up and I'm gonna go switch. Boom, now I'm gonna punch the other one up to the ceiling, keep pushing my low back into the ground, punch, again, nice, punch, okay, punch. So we go 10 to 12 punches on each side, okay? We're gonna fly around, we're gonna work on that upper back rotation. I'm gonna add some things in here. We're gonna go and just put our elbow down. These are a single joint exercise. So now I'm gonna open up, look at my shoulder, get some thoracic mobility here. Same thing, we're gonna hit 10 on those. Okay, now this next one, if you have tight hips, tight low back, this is just a great drill throughout the day, but we're gonna put it in warm-ups because most people that come into the gym before they work out, they'll usually be like, I've been sitting in a car, sitting at a desk. Now this is a release drill. So I'm gonna get into this 90-90 position. Kelsey's gonna get 90-90 position, and she's gonna get her foot a little bit further forward here. Now, I'm actually gonna coach her through this, and we're gonna show you guys, but imagine that Kelsey's trying to pull her heel back right now. So that's gonna make her activate her hamstrings, right? And she's gonna try to push this knee forward. So she's kind of trying to close the gap. Now what that's doing is activating her glute, activating her hamstring, and you can see she's getting her breath out because that's pretty tough. And then the third thing is pushing my quad down to turn on the core. Now, we're gonna do this for about 6-7 seconds as hard as possible, okay? Pull the heel back, push the knee forward, push the quad down. So I'm not gonna talk for that time frame because I'm gonna be kind of in a little bit of a focus. So, and 3, 2, 1. 4, 3, 2, 1, and exhale, and then just drop that hip forward. So what we did is we turn all those muscles on, and then exhale, and it releases that hip flexor, right? So we're opening up the hips. So we do that on both sides. Okay, so these are all these little single joint exercises, not stressful. The next one, we're gonna open up the adductor slash groin area. So imagine you're on all fours, and then just one leg's gonna come out, foot flat on the ground. Some people may be tight and have a little bit of a bent knee. That's okay, but you try to lock it out, and then we're just gonna rock back. And you're gonna feel that big stretch, keep that low back flat. You're gonna feel that big stretch in your hamstring, your adductor, groin area. We're gonna rock back those for the same thing, about 10 to 12. Okay, about the 10 to 12 reps. Now from there, we're gonna go into a multi-joint exercise, which some people will call the greatest stretch in the world. I do think it's really, really, really good because it knocks out a bunch of things at the same time. So we're gonna go in a push-up position, okay? And from here, I'm gonna bring that leg up as high as I can. You can drop the knee, and then we're gonna go and do a thoracic rotation. So I actually like to drive with the elbow. So drive with the elbow. If you wanna lock out that arm, that's great too. And here's a bonus. Now we're gonna open up the other side, watch. I'm gonna turn on my abs by pushing my knee into my shoulder, okay? And now opening up this side. Sometimes you'll feel some snap, crackle, and pop. Boom, and now I'm back, and I'll switch it up. Other side, same thing. Inside, outside, and I do 5 of those per side, so 10 altogether, okay? Once again, great drill, and now we're starting, you can see combining hip mobility, thoracic mobility, and the last one of these is a squat to stand with thoracic extension. Now, squat to stands, what's really important is that when I reach down to grab my foot, I'm going to actually pull on my toes. So if you have very tight hamstrings, you might have to bend your knees, and that's okay, right? So if you can get there with locked out knees or really minimally bent knees, that's fine, or you can sit into a little bit more. But I'm gonna grab my toes, and then I'm gonna use the tension and pull myself down into a squat. Now at the bottom of the squat, here's what's important. I'm gonna push my knees out with my elbow, get my chest nice and tall, posture up, okay? And this is just a bonus, but it's great. I'm gonna keep holding on to one side, and the other side I'm gonna open up and look at my hand. Get some thoracic mobility and rotation extension, and then I'm gonna do that on the other side. And come back. So that would be 1 rep. I'm gonna come back up, sit into, feel that hammy stretch. At the top, what I love to do too is like shift my hips left and right and open up. Like I said, get those different lines. Same thing, pull yourself down. And at the bottom, you can also what's called prying the hips, moving around a little bit, and then go back to this extension, right? Hitting that for 10 reps. Now, if we were doing this at a little bit faster tempo, back to back to back, we would probably hit that in about 6 to 8 minutes. Last thing I like to do, we're not even gonna go through it, is adding in something that fires up the nervous system. So things like high knees for 10, 15, 20 seconds, slalom hops like quick foot fire, you know, jump, squat jumps, right? Things like that that excite the nervous system. All of that, less than 10 minutes, you're ready to go. It's also great, like if I come off a flight, I'm gonna do this to feel better, okay? So that's a dynamic warm-up that you can literally just skill and do every time that you're training on the road, in the gym, wherever, and it kind of touches on all the main points of what people are missing, right? Thoracic mobility, hips, ankles, and you'll feel way better and be more ready to train.
Perfect.
Awesome. Make sure you guys try it. And hey, as always, we love to hear which exercise you love the best, how you feel afterwards, and if you struggle with anything, so we can create some more content for you guys and help solve that problem for you.
Yeah, so let us know which one you guys loved. Leave us a comment below, share this video with a friend. We'll see you soon.